Okay, good morning. My name is Dr. Apollo. So here today we will be discussing depreciation and its related concepts applied in business management. So we know depreciation is the reduction of the value of the property with the passage of time. There will come a time that the assessment of the property will become zero. So let's discuss. So depreciation is systematic, we call it allocation of the cost of a tangible assets over its useful life. So uh, they charge depreciation on as a expense. Example of depreciation calculation, we have the straight line depreciation. Example, Apple purchase a piece of equipment for 100,000. The useful life of 5 years and a residual value of 20,000. So the annual depreciation is cost minus residual divided by useful life. So that will be 100,000 minus 20,000 divided by 5 or 60,000. The journal entry is like this one. Depreciation is debited because it's an expense. Yeah, because you shelves out the value of property. Accumulated depreciation credit is 16,000. Sometimes in the profit, we charge depreciation as a payment. So that will be an income. So this is how the journal entry looks like. This is from IFRS style. Then let's have the declining balance depreciation. Example, Apple purchase a piece of equipment for 100,000 with useful life of 5 years and a residual value of 20,000. The company uses declining balance method with depreciation rate 20,000. So year 1 depreciation 100,000 times 20% of 20,000. So this is how the entry. Much like similar entry. Depreciation and expense and then accumulated depreciation because it will be charged on the profit. That means uh, the company must separate or allocate this amount in replacement of the property. So that's the purpose of this one. Accounting standards, no IFRS and then US GAAP. So these are references. So let's talk about method. No? We have straight line method, declining balance method, units of depreciation method, double declining. So the terminology when you say cost, initial cost of the asset. So the when you buy price, no? And associated maintenance like uh, insurance, like holding cost. No? Residual value, the estimated value of the assets at the end of the useful life. And the useful life estimated period of time the assets will be used. No? Something 10 years, 5 years. So depreciation as an expense, the systematic allocation of the cost of the assets over its useful life. So that's the expense. Accumulated depreciation, the total depreciation expense recognized over the life of the asset. Debt allowance. So here's the debt allowance. No? Also known as allowance for doubtful accounts, represents the estimated amount of uncollectible accounts receivable. So creating a debt allowance, Apple has incurred receivable of 100 uh, million, no? And estimates that 2% of these accounts will be uncollectible. So the debt allowance will be accounts receivable times percentage of uncollectible accounts, or 100,000 times 2% of that 100 million, no? So 2 million. The journal entry will be like this one. So we have bad debt expense, that's debit. No? Then credit allowance for doubtful accounts. That will be credit. It is this entry. Sample. Apple determines that customers' accounts 10,000 is uncollectible. Beyond her entries like this one. We have the debit allowance for doubtful accounts and 10,000 credit accounts receivable. But from the upper one. Accounting standards, IFRS and US GAAP. That is our reference. Okay. So there are methods of debt allowance. The percentage of sales method, accounts receivable aging method, historical bad debt expense method. So that allowance terminology is like this one. Allowance doubtful accounts, the estimates amount of uncollectible accounts receivable. Bad debts expense, the expense recognized when an account is deemed uncollectible. Accounts receivable, the amount owed to the company by its customer. Okay, that's all for our discussion for this segment. Next time we will discuss about the profitability ratio. So thank you for having me. Bye-bye.